Romney is a failed candidate, should have won the race, and he failed miserably. He was a terrible candidate for the Republicans. Secondly, David Duke and all were disavowed. I disavowed him on Friday. I disavowed him right after that because I thought if there was any question, and you take a look at Twitter, almost immediately after on Twitter and Facebook, they were disavowed again. I disavowed him every time I speak to somebody virtually, and, they just keep it going.
So are you prepared right now to make a clear and unequivocal statement renouncing the support of all white supremacists?
Of course I am. Of course I am.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, it's Malzberg panel time. It's Malzberg panel time. And joining us on the panel is Reverend Jesse Lee Peterson, president of BOND, the Brotherhood Organization of a New Destiny, and syndicated radio host, and Brad Hirschfield, author of You Don't Have to Be Wrong for Me to Be Right, and president of CLAL. All right, gentlemen, welcome aboard. Reverend, let me start with you. I know you've been very outspoken on this whole David Duke issue and trying to pin David Duke on Donald Trump, when in fact, again, I can't explain what he did on that day with Jake Tapper, but before that and after that and since then and for years, he's condemned David Duke.
Yeah. I think that when they asked Donald Trump about David Duke, he should say, I will discredit or denounce David Duke when you insist that Hillary Clinton and the entire Democratic Party denounce Black Lives Matter. Black Lives Matter and Louis Farrakhan are radical, hateful people, and they're out there pushing their hatred, accusing white Americans of being racist, insulting white folks, knocking them out. Louis Farrakhan said that he's looking for 10,000 fearless black men to stalk and kill those who are killing us, referring to white police officers and white people. I don't hear the liberal media or anyone else asking Hillary Clinton or the Democratic Party to denounce those people. And I think that should be the response for Trump when he's asked that question.
Brad?
Well, actually, people have asked him to denounce parts of Black Lives Matter. It's not all the same. As it happens, Louis Farrakhan came out in favor of Donald Trump today and praised him for taking on big Jewish money. See, that's the funny thing. Hate doesn't know any color or race or ethnicity. Hate is about hate. Donald Trump's failure in that interview was that he seemed like a deer caught in the headlights. I don't think he supports David Duke, but the failure to be able to respond cleanly is what he needs to do now. It's no longer about denouncing. I don't think he should be pilloried for it. I don't think he should drop out of the race because of it, but I do think he needs to explain, if he's going to lead the whole country, why it was he was so trapped and frozen when he was asked a relatively straightforward question on national TV.
I doubt if he was trapped and frozen. But have you noticed that Louis Farrakhan did come out and support somewhat of Donald Trump? But you haven't heard the liberal media or anyone else asking Trump to denounce Louis Farrakhan. And that is because racist, hateful, evil black people are allowed to get away with this, but white America cannot. It's
Reverend, that's just not true. I hold both sides accountable, but Brad, you can't hold accountable Louis Farrakhan for Donald Trump because it wasn't his behavior.
Let me interrupt you. Brad, you said part of Black Lives Matter.
Correct.
So you're willing to break up, you're willing to allow groups to have violent parts or racist parts.
No, it's not a violent part.
Or racist parts and say, but there's other people in the group that are good. So are there good KKK members?
There may be, but here's the thing. The KKK, and I have fought both ideologies, is centered around hatred of blacks and of Jews. No, it's not. And I work with Black Lives Matter people, and I denounce others. So the fact is, every group, including the church that I'm a part of, or synagogue, including the church you're a part of, has good people and bad people. That's the way it works.
You're not being honest in your dialogue. There is nothing good about Black Lives Matter. If Black Lives Matter, then they would be dealing with the black-on-black crime in the country, around the country. They would say that all lives matter.
I would say there we see the fundamental difference. I don't accuse you of being dishonest when we disagree. So don't accuse me of being dishonest. That's the real difference.
Guys, I gotta end it here. Reverend, I appreciate it. Reverend Jesse Lee Peterson will be joined by Adam Thompson next. Don't go away.